Hey guys, this is Galactic Marine 501 slash JacksonWolfXia, and I lied in my last video in saying that this was the last G.I. Joe review. I was sort of peeved, I guess, because I lost so many parts to all of the Cobra suits, and actually the Air Bat is my favorite G.I. Joe because of his gun. But I got off of my lazy butt and looked through one more box, and wouldn't you know it, I found the accessories to the Cobra G.I. Joes, and I also found High-Tech's accessories, who I didn't even know I was missing. Which means that there are two more parts, one with the Cobra G.I. Joes, and one with High-Tech, and Tunnel Rat in your future. So, rejoice or cry out in agony. Either works with me. The other thing I need is this. The obligatory flying chariot platform doohickey. But yeah, so first I'm going to finish up the Ninja Bat with his 2 extra weapons. I thought he only had one other weapon, but apparently not. Apparently he's got 2. He's got his long sword, which is cool. I like his long sword. I do. Which I also put in his bad hand, the one with the gimmick. There. And I think there was actually another version of this guy. It was like the Bat 3.0 that was just released that had 2 normal arms. I think it still did have the wrist blades, but no launching arm gimmick. I would have preferred that one. But yeah, and then he also has this gun with this really oddly curved bayonet. I don't know if that's just time that curved that. No, it was meant to be curved like that. Okay. Looks really nice, though. I like it. Next, we have my favorite figure. I just like the robotics of this guy. Yeah, if I had to pick a figure, if I had to pick a G.I. Joe that I was most like, High-Tech would definitely be the one. Because I do appreciate, like, a robotic look to something. And the fact that he actually has a spine. If you look underneath, he has a separately colored spine. It's painted on, but it's still separately colored spine. I mean, they didn't need to do that in the slightest. I mean, how often are you actually going to see that? Ah, yes. This is the guy that I lost the missile to, not the other one. But he does have missiles. I'm not going to put them in because they fall out right after you put them in. But he does have a pack just like Barrel Roll, which without the missiles is not completely defenseless. I mean, it still has Gatling guns on the top, which actually do a pretty cool thing, and they can rotate up to fire at things above it. And I seem to remember that coming into play when it was fighting whatever the G.I. Joe airship was, the Sergeant Stone, or whatever his name was, his private jet, or his jet thing. Not private jet, it wasn't a private jet, it was cool. It was a military jet, it was, I don't remember what it was called though. He also has grenades on his arms, which are pretty darn cool. I don't know if these were grenades or if these were like the fuel tanks for this guy. Because they look a lot like the Sinanju, the Sazabi, the Nightingale, the High New Gundam, for any Gundam fans. All those were Gundams, by the way. Watch Char's Counterattack if you want to. Look up Char's Counterattack and see if you can find the full movie online. Yeah. But yeah, he's got these 2 little... I thought they were grenades, but now that I've Now that my head is being influenced by Gundam, I definitely have to say fuel tanks. I don't know why. He also has this railgun grenade launcher weapon. Railgun / grenade launcher. It's not a railgun that launches grenades. Which would still be cool, but... No. It's gotta be both. It's a railgun that launches normal bullets than a normal grenade launcher, apparently. I just launched the grenade! Yeah, I'm not gonna go get that. I love how I did that on camera. I've done that so many times, because I'm like, okay, the buttons on this, oh. There are buttons on both sides. You see there, that black thing? And there's one on this side, too. Yeah, so you think, oh, the button's on this, oh god. You shoot it. Yeah, well, he still has probably my favorite gun in all of G.I. Joe. I love this gun. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the standard bat gun. It wasn't just the air bat gun. But still, I wish these guys had like a base or something. Not a base, but like a stand thing that you could put them up on. They could have something like this displayed against barrel roll. And actually like give him a little folded up wing motion. Actually, this was how Cobra's jetpack that barrel roll came with looked. So I wonder if that's how it's actually supposed to be flown in. But the only reason I can think that this would be there is because I remember when the airbats deployed, they were stored like this. And actually, I think like exactly like this. And they just sort of like and then just sort of like and then another one would come and just drop, and then they would all just sort of in midair, just sort of the wings would open up. Actually, I think the Gatling guns were back, and then the Gatling guns would come down and they would just fly off and then bring their gun around and then start shooting stuff. I don't know why, but I like the robot enemies. I've always have. I could show you my smaller bat collection. I have quite a few of them. I actually also, I was a huge fan of the Fairly Odd Parents when I was a kid. Were any of you? Am I the only one? But anyway, you guys may or may not have known this, but there was a TV movie for the Fairly Odd Parents, which was Grow Up, Timmy Turner, starring Drake Bell and some other girl. And it was really sort of cool. It showed you what came about of all the characters. I'm not going to spoil anything. But the main villain, I'm not going to spoil who, because it's not who you would think. It's actually a... Yeah, it's not who you would think, but he works in context with who you would think. He works in context. He works with who you would think it was. So, yeah. And we do get to see real-life Crocker spaz out about fairy godparents, which is good. So, yeah. But, anyway, if you notice, the villain, the lead villain steals an action figure from a kid. I actually have the action figure that he stole from the kid. It's actually a Neo Viper, a Cobra Neo Viper. Just a little bit of movie trivia for you there. I actually have that figure if you guys want me to show it to you. Actually, the one that they used, they painted up a bright silver, but I recognized the helmet because I remember looking at it, because I have two of those, actually. I bought one of them, then I thought, why don't I buy another one, because I have money and they're only $2 here. Okay, well, Yeah. Here is the Cobra Commander figure that I have. He's got a very flashy chest plate, like Cobra Commander should. And he actually uses one of the Snake Eyes incarnation's legs and skirt pauldron thing, meaning that he's got this in the back, which would have originally been... Actually, no, I think this is... it'll work with this sword. Which would have originally held Snake Eyes' sword through the back there. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was a dagger, but whatever. So he can hold a sword if he wants. Then again, Cobra Commander never used a sword. He always had something really ridiculous, and that something in this figure is a freaking chariot. Now it's an elemental chariot, which means that you're harnessing two different avatar characters using this chariot. You could say three, but that would be cheating because you'd have to use a low-class version of one to let it slide. One who could... I'm gonna drop it. You have wind-powered discs, obviously an airbender. Fire-powered discs, obviously a firebender. And lightning-powered discs, obviously a good firebender. So yeah, he can fire these discs out of his chariot. And I'm actually, because they don't fire that far, I'm actually willing to do it on camera. Here. There. They shoot out of the mouth of the Cobra. If you want, you can just sock them back in through the same route. But you gotta turn it upside down to do it. And there's no actually way to get them out when they're in there except to shoot them. And the chariot does fold down to that, which is pretty good size for that. And he does stand on it, obviously, and he can hold it with his hands. And he's one of my few figures that comes with Kung Fu grip, by the way. I wish I had a Dark Ninja Master. I'll go get him later. He's pretty cool. He's huge. He's like twice the size of a normal figure. I remember, though, that he was the same price as a normal figure. Then again, so was Scarlet, and she was tiny, so whatever. I guess if you bought him and Scarlet, it would balance out, but I didn't buy Scarlet because I hadn't ever seen her. I never saw the figure in a store, so I didn't have the chance to get it. But yeah, then you can attach his crazy fire spear, flaming lightning. I don't know what that's supposed to be. You could attach that to his chariot and have him look like a snobby prick, I guess. Okay, I've never been able to... This chariot is slick. Yeah, that just happened. Okay, well, you saw him on the chariot. Now let's put his helmet on off the chariot. He has sort of the... I like his helmet. I do. He has a very interesting helmet. Never seen Cobra Commander wear a helmet like this. Actually, yes, I have. I think it was actually Sigma 6 that he wore the helmet like this. Yeah, it was, because I remember that that helmet was stolen by Stone, or whatever his name is. The general guy, the leader in the movie. I know he's the leader in the movie, too. Because I hadn't seen the first episode of this series until after I'd seen the movie. Because I'm just slow like that. But, whatever. And he can also hold his staff, his crazy lightning fire staff. I can only imagine that this staff was originally a lightning staff, but they repatterned it for this figure and made it a fire staff. He has to hold it like this to actually use it. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! I am Zeus! Ha-ha! I am still Zeus!